Like I'm ready. It says going live, I think. That says I'm live. Am I live? I don't know. It's always terrible when I'm trying to just start a stream. How is everyone? Welcome back to Hellstorm Wargaming. Welcome to Coffee Time Live number 2. We're doing it live again because I didn't have any time to make a coffee time video this week because Games Workshop hates me. But hopefully everyone is well. How is everyone doing today? Say hello if you can see or hear me, or both. I'm live on Twitch and YouTube right now. It says I've gone live. I can see my face, so that's a good sign. How is everyone? We got Devon, we got Datsun Des, we've got Ginger Steve, we've got Misfit Kev. Hello, hello. How's it going? How bad my Krieg really got? Oh, mate, Krieg got a big kicking. Big kicking. But it's Sunday, it's coffee time. Let me know what coffee you've got. Looks like there's a little bit of a delay, but it looks like everyone's hey. We've got Lewis Taylor, we've got The Greek. Lyle says everyone's fine. Everyone is fine, yes. All things considering, everyone is fine. Sleepy voice in the Mikey house. Yeah, exactly. I'm a bit tired today because I didn't sleep very well last night. Just had to wake up at 4:30, then that was it. Morning Tank, how's it going? I'm drinking coffee. What type of coffee am I drinking today? A Colombian blend, Georgie says, thank you. My caretaker, someone said in the comments the other day. So, let me know what coffee you're drinking, boys. Today, we're going to be talking about the Forge World book, because I won't lie to you, because I can tell you now. Games Workshop sent the books on Friday at like 4 in the afternoon. So, me and Tom were up until like 2 AM Friday night trying to get the 2 videos out we did do. So I didn't get a chance to do the Forge World one, which means I haven't really read it. I read the units I cared about, and then that was it. Might be coffee time, but I'm having ice cream and chocolate brownie for breakfast. Rich, that sounds disgustingly beautiful. She's not my caretaker, she's my carer. I mean, same thing, right? I was wondering why the usual suspects didn't have video prep. Well, it sounds like everyone I know got them around the same time I did. It was like Friday afternoon, so it just nothing happened. It's kind of like we were planning to do a live video anyway because we wanted to try the new format. Obviously, I've like redone everything. Like I even painted the board. Well, this is how much painting I've done this week. I painted models and I painted the board black, so it looks nice. And that's why like I bought the stream deck and stuff. So it was a bit. It was. I kept like I started setting up on the Monday. And I knew the books were coming, so I was like, okay, I'll set up for the live stream while I'm waiting. And then it was Tuesday. I was like, right, okay, I'll paint the board. I know, was it Thursday I painted the board or Friday?
I can't remember. You got really bored.
I got really bored, yeah. I was like, okay, I'll set this up. Okay, oh no, I'll set the lights up, alright. And then Wednesday I was like, I'll set up a dice cam. And then Wednesday afternoon I was like, no, I need 2 dice cams so I can turn them on and off independently, like with these, because this is the same screen. Bam, bam, bam. And then it got to Thursday. I was like, the books still haven't arrived, so I'm going to paint the board black because I wanted to use this new battle mat that we got from JW Gaming, and that's obviously small. It's actually the proper size. It's pre-cut. It comes pre-cut at this size, which is really handy. And then I was like, right, I'll paint the board so it doesn't look rubbish. And then it got to Friday, and I was like, the books aren't going to come, the books aren't going to come, and the books aren't going to come. And then Friday afternoon, they arrived. So it's just like, Games Workshop just like, what are you doing to me? Live bat rep was good. Glad you managed to get bat reps back. Yeah, we've got them back until at least Thursday. Then I need to readdress everything. It's like, it's like Yorkshire goes into tier 2. Okay, right. What can I do about that? Right. Cool, I've sorted that. Day after, Yorkshire goes into tier 3. Right, okay, let's deal with that. Right, I've got it sorted. The entire country gets locked down again. Okay, what do I have to do for that? It's just a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Spice looking gaming too. Thanks, man. Yeah, it is literally this paint, which is a big bottle of black primer that I use on my models, and I just smeared it on, and it seemed to work well. So, but yeah. But today, I'm not going to stall for too much longer. I'm going to be talking about the Imperial Armour Compendium. Because, again, look how thick it is. So, obviously, I couldn't make a video on it. And I won't lie, I haven't. Is my lady going to be playing 40k?
It'd be too embarrassing for you when I beat you.
I don't know if you heard that, but she says it'd be too embarrassing when she beats me. I mean, most people beat me anyway, so it's nothing to brag about anymore. Yeah, so that's it, Kevin. So I just need to make sure I've got everything in documentation ready. So it is essentially. So I'm going to be talking about this. I'm going to be talking about some things that I find interesting. I'm going to try and answer your questions, but if the chat gets too fast, send a dono and then I can see it. But I'll try and answer it. I've seen a lot of things that I'm going to go over like the most popular ones, so I'll probably end up catching what you want anyway. But if there's like one particular unit somewhere, I'll try and get to that too. But overall, it's very, very interesting. If you own a Terrax drill, then you're stonks. If you own a Telemon, then you're stonks. But if you own a Leviathan, you kinda stonks. It's kinda good. So obviously the Relic Leviathan was notorious for being absolutely ridiculous, especially when the new codexes came out and made them even better. But they had a bit of a nerf, but also didn't get nerfed, if this makes sense. So the Leviathan used to be toughness 8. I'm looking for the data sheet, I can't find it. It used to be like toughness 8. There we go. It's now toughness 7, but it also only has a 5+ invulnerable save, and it now costs you a CP to take Oh, we just had a super chat from Mr. Co. Thank you very much, Mr. Co 0411. Really appreciate it, mate. That's really nice of you. Thank you very much. If there's anything you'd like me to ask, then ask it with the super chat so I don't miss it. But if there's anything you want to know, mate, let me know. So Leviathan got nerfed. It's still got 2 up saves, still got 14 wounds. The Storm Cannon got nerfed to only 8 shots at strength 7, but only -1 as well. But it also went down to 100 odd points. So a Leviathan with double Storm Cannons is 240 points now, whereas before it was 315. It can still take 3 Hunter Killers, which Hunter Killers are strength 10 now. It can still take 2 Heavy Flamers, which are, a 12-inch range. So it's actually really, really, really good. It's same with the Contemptor. The Contemptor dropped to 9 wounds and it lost its... it has a 3-up save now. Dropped to 9 wounds instead of 12. And it costs a CP to take. But it also doesn't degrade anymore. And it can still take Twin Las Cannons. It's only 230 points. So... the 5 metal barrels actually make sense for once. Yeah, it does. The Chaos one, the Chaos, from what I've seen, I can double check, but from what I've seen, the Chaos version of anything from the Imperium is exactly the same in points as well. So, Tank with the super chat as well. Next coffee on me, really appreciate it, brother. That's really kind of you. Thank you very much for
Next coffee on me, Wolf.
Mr. Co, you did super chat, so I'll check that one. Mikey, can you give the Dreadclaw drop pod a good read? I know it's not possible now, but imagine Death Card could use it. Yes, so that's the thing. Death Guard have one data sheet, and currently they can't take any other Forge World stuff. They can only take the Greater Blight Drone, which is a bit of a nightmare, I won't lie, because I wanted to get some drills. I am looking for it. Most of this book is for it's Imperium. So I'll check the... I know everyone's asking about this Astrea, so I'll go to the Astrea next. What we're looking for, the Dreadclaw drop pod. Let's have a look. Hell Talon, nope. At least Death Card can take one thing. Thousands can't take anything. This is very true. Is it a flyer? I'm trying to find it. Fire Raptor, Typhon. Oh, now we're in Lords of War. Dreadclaw drop pod. I thought it'd be in heavy support, and it wasn't. Assault Claw. Where's the Dreadclaw? Is it an elite? Is it a heavy support? It's a fast... Why is it a fast attack? It's a drop pod. Right, okay. Let's try again, lads. Let's try again. Dreadclaw drop pod. Right. You want me to give it a good read, did you say? I know it's not possible to imagine. Yes, let's have a look. So it moves 12. It's toughness 6 with 9 wounds. It's got 4 strength 12 minus 4 damage 3 attacks, hitting on 4s, which is decent. It can burn stuff as it flies past. As the bearer's move, you click one unit the bearer's moved across and roll 1d6, subtracting 2 from the roll. If it has a character keyword, on a 2 to 5 it takes d3 more wounds, on a 6 it takes d6. That's pretty decent. During deployment, it's got drop pod assault. During deployment, you must set this unit high in the skies instead of setting it upon the battlefield, but neither its nor embarked units with it are counted towards any limits that mission you're playing. And you're in the reinforcement stuff, you go first, second, or third. Regardless of any mission rules, you can set this unit anywhere on the battlefield is more than 9 away. So I've seen this get brought up. So it says that the drop pod, you can set this unit anywhere up more than 9 away. But other people are saying that when the things get out, oh no, this one actually you can't get out. It doesn't matter. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh well, you drop pod 9 inches away, and then you get out within 3, so you get like a 6-inch charge, or something like that. But you can't get out. The Space Marine drop pod tells you to get out straight away. This one doesn't. Yeah, that's decent. That is really good though. How many points are these? 6 power. So what? They've got to be really cheap. Is it another chaos thing that they're on about? I know one of our lads was talking about it. It's 115 points. I think that's pretty decent. Imagine putting like what 10 Plague Marines in there with all the grenades, or 9 Plague Marines with the character to make them better. So I think that's pretty sick. I like that. I like that very much. But if anyone says, oh yeah, I can get out and then do this, and you go, actually, no you can't, so go away. Okay, let's go to the Astraeus, because I saw like 9 people ask about the Astraeus, so I think I'll be a dickhead if I missed it. It has changed though, it's got a lot cheaper, and the Void Shields on, like Titan Void Shields are really good. I think the Astraeus Void Shields are the same. I'll have a look. So it's 35 power level. The Las Ripper is heavy 2 shots at d6 damage, strength 9 minus 3. The Accelerated Cannon is heavy 12, strength 8 minus 2 and 3 damage. It has Angels of Death. It has Hover Tank. It has Fly. It remains to be Fly, which is pretty good. No worries, Mr. Co. No worries at all, mate. Appreciate it. Hope you well, buddy. Hope you well. So Void Shield has 2 Void Shields. Let me have a look. Let me have a quick gander. Okay, so Void Shields have changed the same way of Titan. So essentially what you have is you have 6 invulnerable saves. They don't stop mortal wounds. So if you take a mortal wound, it goes straight through. It ignores your invulnerables. It ignores your Void Shield. But essentially what this does, it has 2 Void Shields, and each Void Shield has 3 points. And while this model has any Void Shields, it has a 5+ invulnerable save. So it's got 2 or 5 as normal. Let me use more. Let me just check. Sorry, one phase. So essentially, you have 2 sets of 3. So if you fail an invulnerable save, it loses a point on one of its Void Shields. If it loses 3 points, then one of the Void Shield collapses and it turns off essentially. But at the start of your command phase, if there's any Void Shields that are still active because they've got points left, they heal back up to 3. So essentially, you'll have 6 until you lose 3, and then if you lose 3, you'll have 3 left. Pretty much makes sense. Hellstorm Danny is donated £5 via super chat. Can I use a custom Dreadclaw? You can piss off. No, you're not using an upside down drop pod as a Dreadclaw. Go away. I'm gonna have to ban you from the chat now. Let's have a look. The Astraeus is quite. I think he's still about the same points.
Can I use my custom Dreadclaw?
No, no, you can't. Go away. The Astraeus is 675 points with the heavy stubber, the Las Rippers, 20 heavy bolter, and the accelerated cannon. But it's like 5 points for a stubber, and you can take twin Las cannon instead of the heavy bolter for 30 points. So 675. So I think it dropped a few points, right? Best drop pod is a pot noodle, I agree. So yeah, that seems pretty good. I mean, overall, I've not really looked at Death Corps at Krieg. But I have seen that Custodes are looking really, really good. all of the the Ares gunship got no changes, which would be the competitive 40 grade group will be really happy to know. But all of the good units that people are already looking at actually got better, and some of them went down in points. So Tommy hates it, mate. You need to throw it away. Stop being tight and go and buy one. I'm sad they did not let Admech use a 30k Mechanicus. Yeah, right. It's a bit rubbish that. Yeah, so essentially, like the custodian guards with the spears, the pyrothite spears, get the new metal rule. The Sagittarium guard with the assault heavy bolters are now damage 2, so they're actually assault heavy bolters, which is really good. So 36-inch range, assault 3, strength 5, -1 and 2 damage, and they're like really cheap in terms of points as well. I think Sagittarium guard. Yeah, they're 50 points a model, so they're 150 points for 3. So for that you get T5, 3 wound, 2 up save, 4 plus invuln, 9 heavy bolters, which is really, really good. I haven't checked the other dreadnoughts, but all the dreadnoughts got -1. But the Telemon, man, the Telemon can piss off. It's 260 points and it got better. It's still got the. I'm pretty sure it's still got a 4 plus invuln. It still has -1 damage. It still has unyielding ancients, which means it can ignore damage on a 6. The guns are still really good. It's still really good in combat, and it's 260 points, I think. 260 unless you want to take the storm cannon, then the 15 points each. So just buy 3 of them. It's just like so good, so good. The Ventari, while I'm in Custodes, the Buckler is just a 2+ save, so you just have a 2 up 4 up now. I don't think the stat line changed, except for the Buckler is a 2+ save. It was really weird. It was really weird. We want to look at begging for Eldar stuff. Begging is the word. What Eldar stuff do we want to look at? Let me know. Gladius still looks really good. Heavy H, stem 7, -3 and 2 damage. The Lance went flat 2. Oh, it did go flat 2, yeah. And it makes an extra attack with it, so it gets 4 attacks on the charge. All of it. I've got 40 minutes. I don't know if I've got enough time. The Shatak Wraith Knight stayed the same. I know that much because Dan was asking me yesterday. But yeah, the spears are flat 2, so that's really good at -3. Yeah, so the Ventari got really good. And how many points are they now? The only downside to them was that 3 up save. Now they have a 2 up. They're 55 points a model though, but I mean they do fly with 12-inch move. Relic Contemptor stat line and abilities. It's pretty much the same as a normal Contemptor now, but it can just take any of the guns and it costs you a CP. So it's same as the Codex one essentially. Mikey, you gonna get an Astreus? I'm a bugger. Can you still only take 1 Telemon? I don't think you can. I think you can take as many as you like now. From what I can see, you can take as many as you like, so I'd take 3. Shiitake Wraith Knight, the mushroom one, yeah, that is true. Okay, it's going a bit too fast, so I'm just going to randomly choose one. I know you're asking, let me look for an Eldar one, because you're all asking. What John said. What did John say? Hornet and Wraithseer. So the Wraithseer can cast more psychic powers now. Relic units cost CP to... Yeah, exactly. So they have the call called Martial Legacy. So anything that was Relic costs a CP for both Space Marines and Chaos. Hornet and Wraithseer. Hornet and Wraithseer. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So the Wraithseer can cast 1 psychic power and he knows 1 rune of battle. Oh, but he's not a HQ anymore. He's a heavy support. He's only 130 points though, but he is a heavy support. I'm sure he was a HQ before, I'm sure. His Ghost Spear is Strength 10 -3, D3 +3 damage with 4 attacks. Weapon skill and ballistic skill 3. Eldritch Wraith Construct. It reduces AP 1 to 0, which is decent. And that's about it. It's a 5% one. He doesn't have a gun though. Did he ever have a gun? I'm sure he had like a cannon on his thing. No, I'm just being daft. Yeah, so his heavy support doesn't have a gun, 5+ in one, and -1 AP becomes 0, which is decent. He didn't have a gun. Okay, I'm just being daft then. And the Hornet, since you asked so nicely. Yavara main weapon got massive. Yeah, the Yavara, you may as well chuck him in the bin. A Hornet is a fast attack. They're 80 points per model, plus a weapon. Move 18, strength 4, toughness 6, 8 wounds, 3 up save. Pulse laser is heavy 2, strength 7, -2 and 2 damage. It's -1 to hit in shooting because it has lightning assault, and it's a hover tank. That's about it. So we're panicking that he can't take one. He could use the D cannon. He can't take one currently. Oh, he can. I'm just being stupid. This model could be equipped with a D cannon from the heavy with one of the following: D cannon or a heavy weapon list. I'm so stupid. I completely missed it. I like glanced straight over it. I need more coffee. Okay, it does come with a gun. My apologies. So that's Eldar. So what do people want to see next? I'll jump over to Guard because I know that's been quite popular. This is fun. I get to read books. I just get to sit and read books at it. It's like story time with Mikey. Story time with Mikey. Because I've got the Vulture, and I haven't actually checked what that does now. The Vulture. Ballistic skill 4, 5 and then 6. That's gone down. I'm sure it used to be 3. Vulture Gatling Cannon. It can take 2 Vulture Gatling Cannons, which just punish cannons. 24 inch range, heavy 20, strength 5 and 1 damage. And that is it. 3 up save. I'm sure it was I can't remember if it was BS3 or 4 now, but I played too many armies to remember everything. Points wise, a Vulture is 180, but with 2 Vulture Gatling Cannons, it's 200. So I think that's the same. Did it have Surfing Run before? Yeah, it could hover before. I didn't realise it could, but I've used that in the game. It has lost Strafing Run. It doesn't have Strafing Run. Airborne, Supersonic, Hard to Hit, and Hoverjet. That's quite interesting. I think it did have that before. The Vendetta has the Vendetta Twin Las Cannons. It's got 3 of them still. Let's have a look how many points they are now. Because the Vendettas are pretty good as well. Yeah, 210. They're 210 for 3 las cannon, 6 las cannon shots. Hey Hellstorm man, what's the Fellblade like? I'll have a look in a moment, dude. That's why it was hitting on 3. Yeah, exactly. Datsun does. It makes sense for removal of -1. Yeah, so I think that's what like Strafing Run did. It kind of cancelled out the movement penalty, but now we don't have that. Then you just get straight up, just hits on 4s. The Fellblade. Is that a popular one? I see a lot of people have that one. It's got HE shells and AE shells. So that's the HE is heavy 2d6, strength 8, -3 and 3 damage. And the AE shells is 2 shots at strength 14, -4 and 6 damage. Cost you a CP, doesn't have an invuln. 26 wounds at T8. It's got the keyword relic, which doesn't, I presume that's, if it's got the keyword relic means it costs you CP. The Spartan doesn't have relic though. The Spartan has relic but doesn't have martial legacy. Oh, it does, I'm daft. I've seen so many data sheets now, it's unreal. And the fell blade is 600 points. Cool. I will never use one of those. So Levy's still worth it. I think they're still worth it because, as I said to you, like they've gone down in toughness, they've got lost in invuln, they cost you a CP, the gun got worse. So if all that happened and they stayed at 315 points, that's a nerf. But all that happened and then they dropped points. So I don't know if it does count as a nerf. I think it still remains quite good. Yeah, it was much cheaper. It was over 900 before. Yeah, it's pretty decent. It doesn't have an invuln or anything though. I don't know if it did before. I think that's what I really laid down. But it does have a 2-up save. So, hello from COVID capital Barnsley. Can you take a quick look at the Stormblade? Wonder if it's better or indicate if all Beyblade variants might get a buff they desperately need. I have neglected guard, and there is a lot of guard in this book. A Stormblade. Which one's that one? Describe it to me. Stormblade. It is in there, page 76. There we go. It's got 26 wounds. It's got a big gun. 3-up save. Oh, it's the plasma blast gun. So it's strength 10, -4, and 4 damage. But if you roll a 1 to hit, it's 3 mortal wounds. And then the other one is strength 9, -4, and 3 damage. Steel Behemoth smoke launches as normal and it explodes. I don't really see anything crazy. The points for it though is 420. Hashtag 420. Hello from Australia, Sam. Do you think the Reaper is worth taking over D3 Ravagers? I think the Reaper got really good. I think it's D3 plus 3 damage now. Rather than D6. Which... Levy's, the Leviathan invuln went to 5+ rather than 4+. Which is also fair enough because 4+ invulns are just obnoxious as from you. After playing Tank yesterday where he only rolled 4+, 4+s are obnoxious. What was I looking for? Reaper. Yeah, the Reaper is toughness 6 with 10 wounds. It has Night Shield, so I think that's a 5+ invuln. The Storm Vortex Projector is 36 inch range, heavy D6, strength 8, -4, and D3 plus 3 damage. And the Blast version is heavy 2D6, strength 6, -1, and Blast. Mikey, did you just say you wanted to read out the Thunderhawk rules? Yeah, sure, man. I'll get to Thunderhawk next. I'm trying to go through as many as possible. If you trigger an alert, I'll be able to see which one you want to go to. But I am trying to do as many as I can because I honestly, the thought of doing a review of every single change in this book makes me sick to my stomach. so this is much easier to do where I can just sit and read it. This is what other channels do and they seem to do alright, so this is content, everyone. This is content. I'll do the Thunderhawk, then I'm going to talk about the chapters in the book because I've just seen someone ask about Gabe Angelos, so I'm going to have to talk about Blood Ravens for at least 10 minutes now. Thunderhawk gunship, it's 40 power level. It is 800 points. It can carry up to 30 infantry biker, wolf and terminator, gravis, jump pack, centurion, primaris biker, all of the shenanigans. It can carry everybody. The heavy cannon is heavy 2d6, strength 8, -2, d3 plus 2 damage, and with blast. And then it's got turbo laser destructor, which is 3 shots at strength 16, -5, and 6 damage. It can drop some bombs. Once per battle after the bearer's move, you select one unit the bearer's moved across. Roll 6d6 for each vehicle or monster in that unit, and 1d6 for each other model in that unit, up to a maximum of 18d6 for each 4+ you do more wound. It's hard to hit. It's got hover jet, it's got supersonic, and EOI is measured to the hull. That's pretty fun. Toughness 8, 30 wounds, 2-up save. Decent. Don't tell me I joined just as Mikey kicked off a 10-minute Bloodraven chat. Yeah, I'm going to show people this page, okay? I know I probably can, but this is the chapters of renown, right? These are the Forge World chapters that they look after, okay? So, let me read it here. It's very funny. It's very funny for me, anyway. The Red Scorpions, Minotaurs, Bloodravens, Astral Claws, Kakaradon chapters are all successors and user rules for such as described in the Codex. If your army includes any unit drawn from one of these chapters, we recommend using the rules as described in this section here when determining what supplementary rules and successor chapters use in your games. So what they have is they have like a little description and they have like a designer's note about each chapter. So for example, it says, while the Bloodravens are of an unknown founding, their codes of battle align with those of the Codex Astartes. For all rules purposes, we suggest that the Bloodravens are considered to be an Ultramarine successor chapter. We suggest. What does that mean? If someone suggests you go and get a drink, but then you don't, are you breaking the rules? If someone suggests that I need to top up my coffee and then I don't. So I'm pretty sure this means like they're suggesting that I use Ultramarines, but I don't have to, right? Right? Because it says it there in writing once again. Bloodraven's getting the weirdest rules. Isn't that just hilarious though? Everyone's just like, every time like something gets mentioned about Bloodravens, it's like, oh well, you're gonna have to use rubbish rules now. Like when the White Dwarf came out and it was like, oh, you're gonna have to use rubbish rules from a White Dwarf, and then it was like, you can use this but you don't have to. And now it says you can use this but you don't have to. It's just hilarious. It's like, I'm pretty sure that time that I met Elliot, one of the rules writers, when he was an events organizer, and I met him and I asked him to use Gulliman as a Bloodraven, and he said I wasn't allowed, and then we had a bit of a chat and a meme about it. Ever since, he's kind of been like my guardian angel about the Bloodraven's rules, about always letting me do what I want. I love that guy. I love him. Anyway, Gabriel Angelos did get a little bit better. He's now got 7 wounds rather than 5. He's pretty much got all the same rules. He can still deep strike. He's got 4+ Invorn. He's got Chapter Master, which is obviously updated to the new Chapter Master. That would be the only real change, but if you didn't see that coming, you kind of knew that was coming. And he's got Leap into the Fray as normal, and I think he's only like 130 points, and he was 150. He used to be 180, so he's dropped like 50 points over the course of his lifetime. For the amount of time he's had rules, he's dropped 50 points. Gabriel Angelo, oh, it's 150 now. My apologies. He's dropped 30 points. I think they mean is choose whatever rule set you bloody want. I absolutely love that. I love it. It means they chose poorly. Bloodravens are about as Ultramarines as I am, and I play Black Templars. Yeah, I mean, it does make sense that Bloodravens would be an Ultramarine successor, because they do follow the Codex as much as possible, except for the fact they have librarians. So, wait, Thunderhawk can carry Prime Eyes? Yeah, it can. I'm surprised Bloodravens aren't everyone's favourite faction, favourite chapter. I mean, we all played Dawn of Wars. They are cool. Yeah, that's the reason I got into the game. That's the reason I'm sat here right now, is because of the video game. So I'm going to top up coffee. If you want any other units, then let me know in the chat and I'll try and get to them as quickly as possible. I'm having a top up. Is everyone else having a top up? It is halfway through the stream. Hey Shiveto, how's it going, brother? Thunderhawks now have as much Primaris transport. Yeah, they can carry 40, I think. We should all forget about Dawn of War 3, I agree. Okay. Right then. Beer time for me in Singapore, amazing. Okay, let us have a look. Mr. Phonics, hey up mate, how's it going? Hello mate, how are you? Can you check Heavy Mortar Battery and also the Medusa? Of course I can, mate. Let's have a look. Apparently, the Grey Knight Thunderhawk mentions something called Santic Astartes in their transport bot. Is that a thing? I don't think so, but it might be from the Grey Knights. They might be called Santic Astartes rather than Adeptus Astartes. I don't know. I've already forgotten what I was looking for. Heavy mortar battery. Heavy mortar battery. Is it a heavy support? Please be a heavy support. Page 59. Heavy mortar battery. It's T6. 7 wounds. 4+ save. Heavy mortar is D6 shots at strength 6, -1 and 2 damage. And then they've got this new artillery and crew rule, which I've seen a lot for a lot of the carrier stuff. So like the Space Marines rapier carriers have the same rule. So essentially you treat the artillery and crew as one model. They have to remain within 1 inch. They you can't target them separately because it's just one model. It cannot advance, can't charge, and can't heroically intervene, and can't pile in or make consolidation moves. It also can't move, so... But even the Space Marine one, which can move, can't charge or anything, which is quite interesting. So... Really interesting. So yeah, it's 1 to 3, and they are... Oh, I've lost the page now. Let me have a look. They are heavy mortar team. God damn it, I've lost it again. 70 points per model, and you can take up to 3. You've run out of tea bags? Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, get some coffee down here. I'm trying to find the... Was it the Medusa? That was it. Where's the Medusa? Is that a Lord of War? The great thing is in the point section, it has like the page number as well. So I'm just... Medusa carriage battery, that is page 64. They're 120 points a model. Malcador Infernus. Medusa carriage battery. T6, 4-up save. Siege cannon is D6 shots, strength 10, -3 and D6 damage, and can target units that aren't close to the bearer, and it has the same artillery crew rules. Is the Chaos Leviathan the same as the Imperial counterpart? Use of the words in for some reason. Yeah, it's exactly that. So it's got exactly the same profile, exactly the same points, and it also costs you a CP as well, the same way a relic unit would. All I want to know is what to put on my Leviathan. Well, storm cannons are still decent, but 1 storm cannon and 1 claw is really good, I think. If I take a captain and upgrade him to a chapter master, does that mean I can take a second captain model? No, because if you upgrade a captain to a chapter master, it's just a captain with the chapter master rule. It doesn't change his data sheet. So, what shall I look for next, boys? What is the range of the Medusa? It's 36 inch range. 36. I didn't like double storm cannon for aesthetics reasons. Yeah, it's not great. The storm cannon's still decent. It's 48 inch range now, which is a big deal. But it's only -1 AP, so it's not auto tech anymore. Nightwing. We'll have a look at the Nightwing, and then I'll have a look at the next one. Again, I'm trying to go through as many as I can, guys, because I know you're all excited. I'm excited as well. The first thing I did was went through all the units I wanted to look at, and then I just put it down and forgot about it. The Nightwing is... That's the X-Wing, isn't it, the Nightwing? The Nightwing is 220 points. Toughness 6, 14 wounds. Wings of Cain, airborne, hard to hit. Has a 5+ invulnerable save. And it gets +1 to hit against other flyers. In your command phase, this model can extend its wings. If it does so until the start of your next command phase, mood characteristic becomes 20. It loses Wings of Cain, airborne, hard to hit, and agile interceptor. I say it so it just means you can hover it, but you lose the invuln. That's it. That's it. Can you check if the Grey Knight Thunderhawk keyword thing is correct, as that's new to me? Let me have a look at the Grey Knight Thunderhawk. Again, I'll keep saying it. I'll try and answer as many as possible. But obviously, if you're triggering alert, I won't miss it. Not that I'm begging, it's just easier. Yeah, Imperium, Sanctic Astartes, and then Grey Knights. And then Brotherhood in inverted commas as well. So it looks like they'll have different Brotherhood rules. And then I imagine they'll be called Sanctic Astartes rather than Adeptus Astartes. That's probably to avoid weird soup in detachments, I imagine. So yeah, there's a little sneaky Sanctic Astartes and Brotherhood bracket. Interesting. Otherwise, it looks like the rules are exactly the same. Carry 30 Grey Knight infantry, and Terminators take up space of 2. Imperium, Sanctic Astartes, Grey Knights, Brotherhood keyword, Vehicle, Titanic, Aircraft, Transport, Fly, Machine Spirit, Grey Knights, Thunderhawk. So, that's pretty decent. That's pretty interesting. What's the other one got? What's the other? It's got a Land Raider. Then again, the Land Raider Banisher doesn't have the Sanctic keyword. As Adeptus Astartes. It says Sanctic. It doesn't have Adeptus Astartes. Maybe that's a mess up. Super chat! Master Arcade with the 199. Eldar Links, let's go. Eldar Links time. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much for your support, my brother. I'll have a look straight away. Eldar Links. Eldar Links. I'll tell you what was funny before I read the links. The amount of people who were lying about stuff that was happening. Master Chief as well. I'll have a look at the Manta in 1 minute after I've read the links. But thank you very much for your support, mate. Really appreciate it. And let me know what you think of these new alerts, because I really like them. They were really fun.
Hello. As a madman who has just purchased a Manta and hopefully arrives before lockdown.
I hope it arrives before lockdown too.
Or Forge World stays open. What's it set up now? How you?
Okay. Thank you very much for all the super chats, guys. Let's go for it. So the links has the Pulsar. It's 6 shots, strength 9, -3 and 3 damage. Toughness 7 with 16 wounds. It's got a 3 up and a 5 up. When it advances, it adds 12 to its move, and it already moves 18. And its points, my brother, are... the links is 220 points. It can be equipped with a heavy weapon, or it can take critical target and make sure Spirit Star and Star engines and Vectored engines. So that's the links. Dodo paints, mainly because I want to trigger my icky custard tanks also. Okay, I'll go over the custard tanks next. Thank you very much for the super chat, Dodo. I really appreciate it. So, a Tau Manta. Tau Manta. Yeah, as a 5+ invulnerable save against ranged attacks, Master Arcade. Thank you very much for all the super chats, guys. I really appreciate it. You're helping me keep the lights on and run the camera so I can stream to you. So the Manta is 100 power level. Okay, let's break her in slowly. Okay, the Manta is 2,000 points. Whew. It's got 60 wounds with 3 up save. It has a 4+ invulnerable save, which is pretty decent. It has a heavy rail cannon, which is heavy 2, strength 14, -5, D3 +6 damage. Each time a successful wound roll is made for this attack, the target suffers D3 mortal wounds in addition. That's really good, because even that's really decent. That it's like 2 shots though, and it's got a long-barreled burst cannon. Sorry, it has 16 long-barreled burst. I was like, that's a really rubbish gun. It's got 2 heavy rail cannons, so it's got 2 of the heavy 2, strength 14. 6 iron cannons, 16 long-barreled burst cannons, which are assault 4, strength 5, and 1 damage. 6 Marklights, 2 missile pods, and 10 Seeker missiles. It has a 4+ invuln. It can hover. It does a big, massive explode. And if you don't have a base, you have to decide what the base is. And then it can carry 200 infantry or drones, 4 Devilfish, Skyray or Hammerheads, 8 battle suits of a wound characteristics 9 or less. And that's it. It's 2,000 points. So, I mean, I can't wait to see that painted up. Make sure you tune into Hobby Stream and send me update pics. That'd be really fun. So Dodo wants to know about custard tanks. The Caladius is still really good. The Palace Grav Attack looked really good as well. Another super chat come through from J Court for £2. Do Aquilon Gauntlets do 2 damage? I will find out for you, my brother. Let me find out for you. Thank you very much for that super chat, buddy. Let's get some hype in the chat for the super chat. We're at Knights. We're getting there. We're getting there. So the Aquilon Gauntlet, I'll quickly check that because that's a quickie. The Aquilon Gauntlet is damage 2, yeah, so it's strength times 2, so strength 10 minus 4 and damage 2. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. So the tanks, the Palace Grav Attack is pretty decent. Toughness 6, 8 wounds, 5 plus invuln. Oh, we got another super chat as well. Drankin 1988, £2. What's the Chaos Scorpius and Hellforge keyword? So I'll have a look in a minute. I'm pretty sure I know it off the top of my head, but I'll go to that next, my dude. So the Palace is pretty good. It's heavy 2, strength 7 minus 4 and 3 damage, and you can reroll against vehicles, and that's the same for the other guy as well, the big tank. And it's just, I think they're really cheap. It's like 5 power level. Palace is like 95 points. The Caladius Grav Attack, the best weapon is still the Accelerator Cannon, and they are 225 points. So a little bit pricey, but still decent, I think. 5 plus invuln still, but you know, it's 8 shots at 60 inch range, so it's like you see something, it's dead type thing. Do all Space Marine Forge World Dreads get core and duty eternal? No, the Leviathan isn't core, but it looks like the Contemptor is. So Chaos Scorpius next. Chaos Scorpius. I know it lost shoot twice, so I'm sorry to say. Scorpius. Whirlwind Scorpius. So it can't shoot twice. It is cost you a CP to take because it's relic. Heavy 3d3, strength 6 minus 2 damage. I don't think it changed otherwise, except for losing shoot twice. I don't think it changed. And that's the anything
Yo,
that was
Mikey,
Hellforge.
biggest winner and loser for Space Marines in this book. Also, 40k lore is for virgins.
Freelancer, I agree. I got another one as well from Devon at Akins. Yo, man, can you check out the rules for Angrath the Unbound? I will, my brother, I will. Let me just check the points of the Scorpius. Thank you very much for that super chat. Thank you very much for those super chats, guys. I really appreciate it. That is super kind of you. The Scorpius is 170 points, so it did drop 50 points, but now it can't shoot twice. The biggest winner and loser, I think the Contemptor, I think the Leviathan is actually still a really good shout for Space Marines. I'm not really sure of the biggest loser because I haven't been able to check every single unit yet. But I think the Leviathan's still a solid take. The only downside, he doesn't have core. The Contemptors are still really good because they do have core and they're -1 damage, but they lost a few wounds. I think the biggest loss is the Rapier Carriers can't charge. That's the only downside. Okay, Angrath. That's the big bloodthirster, isn't it? I did notice that the Aetios Raukeres is significantly worse, but also half the points. Got to bid for those rules before I go back to bed. This is true. Sorry, I'm just trying to find demons. Let me have a look. There we go. Angrath. This one. This is the one you want to see. The Leviathan does get -1 damage. It doesn't have core keyword. Angrath can move 16. He's 35 power level. So how many points is that? It's 550 points. His weapon skill 2, BS4, strength 10, toughness 8, 24 wounds, and a 2-up save. He has Unstoppable Ferocity, Demonic Ritual, and Demonic. He has a 4+ invulnerable save. He can deny 2 psychic powers. Friendly Corn Demon units within 9 inches of the model can use his leadership. When this model is destroyed, he blows up on a 4+, and everyone takes D6 mortal wounds within D6. He has Blood Lash, which is Assault 2d6, Strength 7 -3 and 2 damage. And then the axe, he's got a Scythe and a Cleave. So the Scythe is Strength 10 -2 D3 damage, but he makes 2 attacks with it, so that's 16 attacks with that one. And then he's got Cleave, which is, this will be 8 attacks, Strength 13, -4, and D3 +3. That's pretty cool. He's a Lord of War, though. That is pretty decent. I like that. So he's pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Okay. Does the book have thud gun rules? Is it just there's a unit just called thud gun? Excellent. He's stronger and went down like 330 points. Yeah, that seems really cheap compared to what he used to do. Because yeah, he was like 888 points, weren't he? Because he was just like, you know what? What we're gonna do? We're gonna write these rules for this model, and then we're not really gonna think about the balance. What shall we give? What shall we give the blood first? I mean, they like 8, don't they? So let's give them 3 of them. Oh, Zinch like Zinch. No, it wasn't Zinch, was it? It was like Nurgle like 7. So let's give them 3 of them. But I don't know. I don't know about thud gun. Let me have a look at the. Let me have a look in the back. If you know what battlefield role it is as well, that's really helpful. Thud gun. I see Thunderers. Is that a thud gun? I don't see much else. Or is it like Death Corps of Krieg? Because I think they're separate. It's actually got lore in this book. Who reads that? Literally no one. Are Krieg separate, or am I just being daft? I don't think they are. Heavy quad launcher. Right, okay. They pay 63, 90 points a model. Heavy 4d6, strength 5, 1 damage. Can target units that aren't visible. Again, it can't move. No, it can't move whatsoever. Did you sleep holding that book last night? Just cuddling like baby? Yeah, exactly. I was just like stroking it. Is that did I poke you with the corner of it, didn't I, at one point to get you out of the way? But yeah, this is lovely. It's a really nice book. I was saying to Georgie though, like it's quite an expensive book to buy, but like more people need this book than like a supplement, but it's twice the cost, and you only need like 1 page in it, which is a bit rubbish. JW just tuned in. Don't know if it's been asked yet, but Yavara and Taunar sheets. The Yavara got screwed. It like went up in points and got worse. I think it's only like damage 1 now. It's not damage 3. The Yavara ionic discharged cannon. Oh, it was the flamer, wasn't it? The phased plasma flamer is strength heavy 2d6, strength 6, -2 and 1 damage. Or you can Nova charge it for 3d6, strength 6, -2 and 1 damage. It went down in points, it says. Cheers, mate. But how much though? Still 300 points. But it just doesn't do hardly anything compared to what it did. You want the other gun on it now. Heavy 6, strength 9, -1 and 3 damage. We take more wounds. About 100. Alright, okay. I thought it was more expensive. I thought it was cheaper than that. The Nova Reactor rules are interesting though, because it says you can add 12 to the move characteristic and shoot if it fell back, which I imagine that's probably going to be something similar to what the Riptides get as well. Which is really interesting. The Tetras lost any funky rules though, because I know they used to have a rule where they could go off and come back again. So quite interesting. What time is it? I've got about 5 minutes left, guys, before I'm going to go. So let me know if you want me to go over any other data sheets before I do go, and I'll try and go over the first one I see. Are Warhounds still 2k points? Yeah, they are. But they got the better void shield now. They got 4 void shields. So they get 12 invulnerable save fails before you actually get to hit the Titan. Harridan, does it still have bombing, mortal wounds rule, transport weapon changes? Harridan, that's the super Tyranid, isn't it? That's the Bio Titan. Oh no, the Harridan. You can add 1 to wounds if you take D3 mortal wounds before you shoot, which is pretty cool. It can't drop bombs. It can carry 20 gargoyles. What's amazing though, the Hierophant, which is the Bio-Titan. You've seen it, right? Look it up now. Google it on your phone. Have you seen it? Right, that thing can fly now. It can fly. Why can it fly? It says it right there. It says fly. Oh, brilliant. Oh, it's amazing. The Bio-Titan, that giant thing, it can fly. It's like, why? Anyway, let me have a look. Also 850 points, is that for the Hierophant? Yeah, the Hierophant's really good at 850. Let's just run 2, 6 CP, sorted. 34 wounds with 5 plus invuln. Sound. Or does it have an invuln? It does have an invuln. It's pretty fly for a Titanic guy. I'm not looking at the Hierodan now because the Hierodan's there. The Hierophant. There you go. Screenshot it now. Go. Fly. Okay. Right, I'm just going to randomly pick one. Necrons. Everyone's asking about the pylon. Probably be impossible for it to get around the battlefield if it couldn't. It'd keep getting stuck on buildings with this denser terrain. So this is true, yeah. The Ghost pylon is 475 points. He's got a Twitch follow. Thank you very much for the follow. I realise my alerts aren't working for Twitch very well. I need to update them. It's got the focus beam, which is heavy 2d3, strength 16, -4, and d3 plus 6 damage. You +2 to hit against aircraft. Or you can do rapid fire 6, strength 6, -2 and 2 damage, which you never use. And the Tesla arc, 3-inch, 3d6, strength 4, 1 damage, and it's just Tesla. It can teleport, so it can deep strike. Friendly Necrons get a 5 plus invuln whilst they're within 6. That's really good. Take that instead of 3 Chronomancers. So thank you very much for tuning in, Peckish Fox. How's it going? Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, I realised my Twitch alerts aren't up. Let me add them. Oops. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I skipped that alert, but thank you very much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There you go. It just worked. There you go. Throwler, thank you very much for the follow. Sorry about that. It's because I was just on YouTube yesterday. There you go. They're back. Thank you very much. Town R Triaxis buff to 3d6 shots, rail buffed. Lost Battlesuit Keyword. Thank you very much for the follow, Pickish Fox. I need to update the Twitch ones, it seems. Yeah, the big thing, the Town R, it has a lot of rules. And it can obviously take multiple weapons, but it's still Titan. It's 30 wounds with your 3-up save. It is 1,000 points. Oof, 1,000 points. It doesn't have battle suits, so you can't use any drones. The Trioxis cannon is heavy 9, strength 7, -2, or heavy 3d6, strength 8, -2, 3 damage with blast. And every time you roll a 1 to hit, you take d3 mortal wounds. Then you've got the Pulse Ordnance Driver, which is heavy 2, strength 10, -4 and 5 damage. Or you got heavy d6, strength 8, -2 and 2 damage. Heavy Rail Cannon is heavy 2, strength 18, -5 and d6 plus 6. And if you make a successful wound, you take 3 mortal wounds in addition. The Infusion Eradicator is heavy 5, strength 8, -4 and d6 damage. And it's melted, so it gets +2 damage within half range. Does have a 5++ as well. Yeah. So it has a 5++, but no drones. For 1,000 points. I think so the drones on something this big is a bit daft in my opinion. So as a player who plays against Town R's, I'm happy with that change because it makes more sense. But as a town player who would rely on drones to keep these type of things alive, then I also understand the frustration. The feet are damaged too, yeah, that's true. not D3. We've seen a lot of that. People complained about the rolling damage, and then they've just they've had it removed. So, but yeah, it's 1,000 points. 1,000 points for town now. So I'll do one last unit before I go. I'm going to go for the first one I see. So first one in the chat. Let's go. One last unit before I go. Wait, that delay though. Wait for them. Everyone like, ah! Quickly type. Stormbird by Datsun Des. There we go. Let's have a look. Interesting. I'm going to check a night on the way past. Titanic feet. Where's Titanic feet? Oops. I'm looking. None of the knights have Titanic feet on their data sheet. Interesting. So maybe they're quite interesting that they've let a lot of the special rules. They've not rewritten them in the codex in this book, and imagine they've kind of gone with if for this rule in particular, it's very common among the units in the codex. You use the codex, and I think that's to kind of like future proof it, so they can update all of the data sheets all at the same time. Because it'd be like, for example, like Angels of Death, Sea Codex Space Marines. Like Supersonic Sea Storm Talon gunship data sheet, for example, you link to a data sheet which they have more easy access to update rather than updating this book instead. So the Stormbird, anyway, it has 40 wounds and a 2-up armor save, and it is Stormbird SOCAR. That's what I'm looking for. 1,000 points. My God, 1,000 points. It has a Hellstrike missile battery, 3 twin heavy bolters and 4 twin las cannons, toughness 8 with 40 wounds. The Hellstrike missile battery is heavy 4, strength 8, minus 3 and 3 damage. If it's against aircraft, you +1 to hit. And if you shoot aircraft, it's D3 plus 3 damage. So you get extra damage, extra D3 damage. It has Colossal Flyer. So it's the image from the hull. It explodes 2d6 in range and 2d6 more wounds. It has 2 void shields, so that's the whole. All the void shields have been updated and they're a lot better. Essentially, you have like 3 saves, 3 invulnerable saves before a void shield dies, and then when a void shield collapses, that's it, it's gone. But if you've got a void shield that has any points left or any saves left, they heal at the start of your command phase. So, for example, this has 2 void shields, so essentially, I get 3 5-up invulnerable saves. If I fail 3 of them, then the void shield collapses. But if I only fail 2, and it's got 1 point left at the start of my command phase, it'll heal back up. And you can't do any damage to the vehicle with normal weapons until the void shields have gone. So, which seemed pretty decent to me. The Stormbird can carry 50 chapter infantry and chapter biker. It can carry Warfen. It can carry Terminators, Gravis, jump packs, Centurions, bikers, Primaris, Rhinos, etc, etc, etc. A Rhino takes up 25 models. There you go. So it used to be 2,300 points. Yeah, it's 1,000 points. 1,000 points. It doesn't have an invuln, but it has the void shield, so which is pretty decent. So essentially, what you've got to do is you've got to chip off the void. It's kind of like, it's very similar to Adeptus Titanicus the way the void shields works now, because you've got to chip off the shields before you can actually do damage. But you can chip off the shields with any gun. So if you manage to cause wounds with a bolter, bearing in mind it's got 2-up armor save. If you cause a wound with a bolter, that's a void shield down. You know. So I bet the Mastodon still can't take Primaris. I think it can. It doesn't have the Primaris keyword. It cannot transport Primaris. Sorry. No, spend a bit more money if you want to transport Primaris, boys. The Thunderhawk is like 800 points. How is the Storm Eagle, aka the better looking Storm Raven? I just went. Oh, the Storm Eagle. Go on, I'll do that one, then I'll go. I'll do that one, then I'll go. I lied to myself. I said I'd do one more, then I went, and I'm doing an extra one. The Storm Eagle, I think, is. It's got 18 wounds. What I did notice is the Tarantula, which is the biggest loser, is now a fortification. I know someone asked about the worst unit. The Tarantula is now a fortification rather than a fast attack. Because I was going to get loads of them because they're really good, but now they're not. Flyers. Storm Eagle's 335 points. It's got 18 wounds, 3 up save. Doesn't have an invuln. It costs a CP because essentially it's a relic. Can carry 20 dudes. No Primaris. And that's it. It's just a fancy Storm Raven. So, morning. I'm just about to leave though. That is the end. That is the end of the stream. So that was the... You can ask me anything about the Imperial Armour Compendium and I will literally read it to you. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to all of the super chats today. It's been really, really kind of you. Really appreciate it. That's very nice. Good tanks back in the last battle report. Where's he been? Well, we've been in lockdown, haven't we, buddy? So it's been a bit of a nightmare. Because like a lot of the lads who were playing are from Manchester as well, which was in a heavier lockdown compared to everyone else. But now everyone's in the same lockdown as of Thursday. So thank you very much for tuning in. Really hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for again. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you everyone who's watched, and thank you very much for just being absolutely awesome. If you enjoyed the live stream, I'll be live again tomorrow at 6 PM with Jay. We're going to be doing some more hobby. I'm going to be painting finishing off the Necrons, which I actually used yesterday because I was a bit cheeky and used them when they weren't finished. But if you got any more questions, then do make sure you come through to the hobby stream and I'll be able to answer them all there. So thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day. Thank you for being amazing, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye now.